about the events at Starbucks.
Oh god. No!
And
This wasn't planned! This was not planned! We're not talking about
So,
Hi, good morning guys! Bonjour from Paris!
we want to take the time to talk about how we met. Some people ask that question. They're always curious. Anytime you get married, anytime you're in a relationship, people always want to know what. How'd you guys meet?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us. We gotta know.
Yeah.
So, would you say the way we met was conventional, unconventional?
I mean, yeah, I feel like it would be conventional, only because a lot of people today meet on social media. We met on Instagram. We forgot to leave that part out. Yes, he slid into my DM. So we met on Instagram. I personally wasn't comfortable saying that we met on Instagram a while ago, because I just felt like that wasn't, that just wasn't a norm for me to meet someone on Instagram. But then talking to friends and getting to know how other couples met, I saw that Instagram and online dating is actually a normal thing. I'm not saying that it's okay for someone to slide into your DM, but I mean, I don't know.
I think if it's done the right way, obviously
There
we're
we
not
go.
suggesting that you start throwing out like eggplant emojis and other
Stop!
things like that.
Oh my
That's not
gosh.
how we went about this in any type of way. That's not the suggestion. So to give you guys an idea more so what it looked like or how it came about or to be, when you scroll through Instagram or you're bored or you do anything, you have that page where or that section that's just like common denominators or things that based on that you want to see will pop up in your news feed, and then there's just the general generic one that you can just go to and it's everything. And then so I have a habit of liking fitness posts, Jesus posts, and those things like that. So it's going to produce a lot of those things. And so indirectly, a lot of her posts through hashtags and different things like that, it was fitness and Jesus was a lot that she was posting as well at the same time.
Yeah, so Instagram brought us together in a sense. So, which is now I feel like it's an amazing story to share.
So, and it's not, it wasn't this quick, within a moment, we just met. It was, seeing different things that she liked, liking a few things, and then building
It was gradual, yeah.
within that.
It was gradual. So after going back and forth through Instagram, did we exchange numbers or did we automatically just meet at Starbucks after that?
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
met at Starbucks through a few weeks or so within just communicating
Yeah.
within the DM of actual conversation. So again, gentlemen, I'm not saying to just hop in there and say, hey, this is the
Yeah.
deal, but still try to figure out who a person is. Because then you don't want to put yourself in a situation, now you're having coffee or
Yeah.
a dinner date with someone, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, because he was very respectful, and we did have, legitimate conversations through Instagram. He asked me about what church I attended to, my denomination, things like that. So it wasn't just, a quick statement or two. It was actual conversation that we were having. And so he was like, do you want to meet up sometime? I was like, yeah, sure. My favorite place is Starbucks. So we met on Starbucks, and we got to meet each other face to face, and that was our first time meeting each other.
Yeah. And so I want to talk about the events at Starbucks.
Oh god. No!
And-
This wasn't planned! This was not planned! We're not talking about
So,
oh my gosh.
I get there. I got there before you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you did.
So I got there beforehand, because I'm always prompted early with everything, which drives her crazy now.
It drives me crazy.
So I get there, and then maybe we can do I talk about my experience or whatever have you, and then so I'm there. I'm extremely anxious. Adding coffee in the mix doesn't make it any better. So I get everything, and so we figure out where we want to sit, and we want to sit outside. And then so I'm just overly nervous trying to figure out who was this actual person that I've been communicating with.
Through Instagram.
Yeah, through a platform that, you know, we didn't actually, I don't think we even made any phone calls or anything, which is
No.
crazy there as well.
Mm-mm.
And then so try not to be too overwhelmed by how beautiful she is, because, you know,
Aw.
you see all these different
Did I look the
memes.
same, babe?
Yeah,
Did
you
I
see
look
all
the
these memes and these different things where people are talking about she doesn't look anything like her Instagram
Yeah.
when you see her, and so it's like, oh man, catfish moment. I don't know, but it wasn't. So she was very much so everything that I thought, very much so beautiful
Mhm.
and wonderful. So it was like, oh wow, and so like then I was kind of like, even though I can be very outgoing, I was still kind of reserved, if you will.
Yeah, you were shy. He was really shy. So I was too.
So
But
what,
there are
what was your
moments-
play-by-play for the first little?
Well, I mean, I planned my outfit the whole day before, so I don't think I've ever told you that. I wore the olive green pants that you like so much with the black long sleeve onesie. Do you remember that outfit?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the boots, I believe. So I planned my outfit the day before. I too was nervous. I should have cleaned out my car. I didn't know you were gonna get in my car.
So with that, it's crazy because the coffee date went really well. I hadn't had any lunch yet. She didn't have any lunch
Yeah.
yet. So to further kind of disarm our reserve, laid back, and try to
Yeah.
dive into something more, it was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and
Go get
try
some
to lunch.
Yeah.
So we decided that we would take her car,
Mhm.
so we walk over to it's whatever, you know, it's a new make model car, so you don't think anything of it, and then actually getting into the car was another story. Like I go in and she's like just grabbing some things, make it seem organized, and I get in and
There's a chocolate chip muffin on the floor.
wait, not just it's she ate the muffin tops. The only thing that was left was the muffin bottom. So it's like this is what we do with the muffin bottom. They would just casually sit it in the
I
floorboards.
didn't expect you to get into my car. If I did, I would have cleaned out my
How long
car.
was it there? How long was the muffin bottom?
I don't know. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I don't remember. So it's safe to say now that we've been together for so long, he cleans out my car. It's quite often, actually. So I'm very thankful for that. So, but yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
And then you said to me, I like you even more now because you saw the muffin in my car. And I'm like, what? I thought you would like me less.
No, it was a
But,
very
yeah.
uncandid moment. Obviously, you know, like most people, they might not want to admit it or whatever. They eat the muffin top. Let's all be honest. The best part of the muffin is the top. You're only eating the bottom so you don't feel this weird insecurity of judgmental views of people like, oh, you only ate the
Alright,
top. You didn't
we
eat the
get it.
bottom.
We know how
So,
Louie eats muffins now.
Look, if people are honest with each other, everyone's eating the top. They would love to throw away the bottom.
Okay,
They
well,
don't. Or they do. You might be a person that throws away the bottom. I don't know. Good for you. We support muffin top eating only.
Alright, babe, we got the muffin idea.
And then we had lunch at Olive Garden.
Mm-hmm. At Olive Garden.
So it was very. I think it was very good. So, would you say that when people ask about how we met, how did that make you feel as far as like meeting through a social media platform?
It doesn't bother me anymore. It used to, but it doesn't bother me anymore. But I didn't want to, like you said earlier, I don't want to send a message to young girls saying it's okay. So it's okay for men to slide into your DM disrespectfully. It's not. It's how they do it, you know. So, but now it doesn't bother me anymore because, as I said, talking to friends and family, a lot of our friends met through online dating, and that's
Yeah, we-
totally a different thing. But it's still a form of the internet bringing people together. So,
Yeah, I would agree. At first, I was kind of like,
you don't
like,
want
oh,
to
so
tell
how'd you guys
people?
meet? And you're like,
Instagram.
what? Starbucks? And I'm like, oh, they took you to Starbucks through Instagram.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, after a few times, I'd say about maybe after the third or fourth time, I was like, I just gotta own it
Yeah.
and go all in
Mhm.
and hurdle over the awkwardness of like, oh, you met on social media. Like, yeah, so we met on Instagram, and it's like, and you just bulldoze through all that to get to the point. Because people, I didn't realize this till much later now. I don't know, maybe a few months ago, that 65% of relationships now are actually forged and made through a social media platform, online dating, something on an online forum. So that it just encouraged me even more to be okay with saying it. And then obviously, like what you said, like
Yeah.
we talked to a lot of friends of ours that we had that are even married now, like we are, that
Mhm.
met through online dating apps or through a social media platform that was online. So
Yeah.
it's, I think maybe our story isn't the only one that's like that.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. Because I always dreamed about meeting someone in church or meeting someone at Starbucks, just
Yeah.
bumping into that person,
Yeah.
you know? But that's not reality. So, I mean, it is. It can be. It can happen. But, I mean, we still created the love story that God still created our love story, ironically. So,
Yeah.
with the
So
social media platform.
when it comes to our kids, how you gonna
We
explain
haven't
that?
gotten that far yet. No, we haven't gotten that far yet. So well, we have to think about that together and figure that out once
Okay.
we have kids. So,
So then, now I'm gonna call an audible. If you see in here, here's this.
okay, what is this?
There's this.
You didn't tell me about this. Oh no,
So there's this. Okay, so
you're full of surprises.
1, 2, and then 3. We'll just split it down the middle here. Okay, so think of a couple questions to ask me, and I'm gonna do the same to
Okay.
ask you about when we first met, and we have to answer it.
A couple questions that you asked me when we first met.
No, not questions that we asked when we first met, but questions that you would want to know based off of when we first met. Like, what'd you think of my outfit? What'd you think of my personality? Or
Oh, I
something
see.
like that. Like something that you want to know as far as from our first time that we met. And then I write it down and we have to answer it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have some of the same. All right.
Okay. I only have 2.
Well, like I said, I don't even think some of mine are like within the moment. I think they're more afterthought. So,
Because it's hard to think of it now,
well, yeah, true.
years
But
later.
obviously, I think we probably have the same one. What was your first impression?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. My first impression was, oh my gosh, he's cuter than his Instagram pictures. That was my first thought in my mind. As our date went on, you were quiet. You were really quiet. So, and you, you remember you told me that you had a night out with Gabe too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were kind of out of it, but like, so that's why you were quiet too. So, yeah.
Okay. You want to ask me one now?
Yeah. What was your first thought when you saw me?
Kind of like, is this like true? Is she gonna be? Is her personality gonna be as sweet and as beautiful as what she looks?
Oh, okay.
That's like a lot of like you could think of like a lot of people can be beautiful or whatever have
And,
you, but
yeah.
then like they start talking or you start figuring out who they are and you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah.
You know.
I see what you mean.
So you were still shy and sweet, and that carried over through your personality with a lot of things. So, you want to try the next one? Who did you first talk to after our date, and what did you say?
Stephanie. I called Stephanie. Immediately. She's my best friend. I called Stephanie immediately after, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I think I found him." I was being funny. So, and then I told her about it, and then yeah. So.
Okay. So for me, because I had went and met Jimmy. He actually married us. My
Oh,
friend that has the church in Tampa.
Yeah.
I was meeting them that day as well. Him and his wife. And I was just talking her up a big game, and I was like, "Oh, she's beautiful. She's sweet. She loves God." And then I was like, I had to show her off a little bit because they didn't know that I was planning on meeting her or anything like that. So like,
Oh,
I
they
pulled
didn't?
up your Instagram page
Oh.
or whatever, and you had even posted the outfit you were wearing. I was like, "Hey, she was wearing that outfit."
Oh.
So, okay, but what you got?
Okay. So. You have good ones. I don't even want to ask mine anymore.
What you got, baby? Come on.
No, I don't want to ask many more.
Go ahead.
You ask yours.
No, you go. I go.
No, ask yours.
Um,
How many? You had 4?
yeah, I think that this one was like pretty much like the same thing with the first impression, but we'll try that. What stood out to you the most about me?
Your eyes.
Ah, okay.
Because he has these beautiful blue eyes.
Okay.
Okay, what about you? What stood out the most of me to you?
You seem very eloquent.
What does that mean?
Like you carried yourself in a very good way.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't like in this over bougie way. It wasn't like in a ghetto way. It wasn't like in a way that you didn't know how to carry yourself like in public. You know, like you go sometimes, you know people you're like, I don't want to be in public with you because you just don't know how to act right. You know what I'm saying? Like you were eloquent. You know how to carry yourself. It was very ladylike. You didn't do anything that I wouldn't want my own daughter to do on a first
I
date.
see. Okay. So, with that said, what did you think of my outfit?
I thought it was just right. I felt like you did outdo me, but that's fine. I was wearing
Outdid you?
shorts, but you should feel that way, I guess. You know, because you want to feel beautiful and be stunning. So I thought it was very suiting for what we were doing. It was just like grabbing coffee. It wasn't too much. It was
Yeah.
just right.
Okay. Even though your questions were better than mine. So. You have another one?
No, I don't think so because my handwriting is really bad. I just want to make sure I'm not. What else you got?
That's all I had.
Okay.
So, when you put me on the spot like that.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was good.
It was really fun, yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Good. That's it.
Okay, we're done.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Down in the comments below, tell us how you guys might have met. Maybe interesting, not so interesting way.
Interesting way, not so interesting way.
Or maybe the same way that we did. I don't know. Let us know.
It'll be fun to read them. Thank you for watching.